All right, guys, welcome back. We're back with another hot topic for you. And tonight we have Paula, Styles, Kim, Tiffany, Driver, Ja, myself. And tonight's topic is, have you ever been cheated on and took the person back? If not, if you haven't been in that situation, let's just say hypothetically, would you take that person back? Whether it be your boyfriend, whether it be, just a boyfriend, girlfriend, or husband, wife. And we're gonna start off tonight's show with Miss Paula.
Well, thank you. Thank you for the kind welcome. My view on that is if you have a real good partner, real good, great with the kids, financial wise, he take care of everything. He's a good guy. Like rest in peace, cool. A good guy. I wouldn't have a problem to forgive. That's what love is about, to forgive. No problem. But if you're a deadbeat, you ain't going on with nothing, it make a difference. It make a difference. That's my point. As for myself, say I would like forgiveness if I decide to step up. But what's the reason? It depends on the reason why people step, really. And that's my view.
Yeah, only a cheater would have said something like that.
You can't go and talk. You can't go and talk. But now I left him a good man.
Because he's not cheating in the first place.
Oh, Jesus, well. That's your opinion and mine. That's your opinion and mine. Never let my good baby father who will look after everything just because one, let me tell you something.
One number, you think I really want?
But in your mouth and you decide to lick it up.
Hi, guys. Oh, yeah. Hi. Let's save that for the end, okay? All right. So, were you finished, Paula?
I am now.
You sure? Sorry, I just want to make sure before I... Huh?
And as for... and if I'm in a situation where it's not a matter of stepping out, may I tell you, sir, we're done. So you see when me do my stepping, I don't cheat, me cheat on you. No, because you know we're over. Someone was illegal.
You never see that in the first place.
I'm done. That was the point. I would take him back if I'm a good boy and all of that. We understand. That is why, as we say,
Look back,
Paula, I want to make sure you complete your thoughts. So were you done?
Yes, please.
So thank you so much for that, Paula. We're going to go ahead and move on to Styles. Okay, Styles, you're up next.
Okay, so I have been cheated on. And would I take the person back in that case? No, I did not take the person back. Definitely did not. My mentality is that, if you feel the need that you have to step out and go for something else, then no, I don't need you in my life. There are a lot of other men out there, that'd be glad to be in his position. So no, but being married is kind of tricky. It all depends on what the person did, because after you have kids and, you're with the person for a while, there's some things that can be forgiven, but some things that cannot be forgiven. So I don't really know if I would actually take them back per se. It just depends on what the person does for me.
All right. Thank you so much for that. All right. Next up, we got Miss Kim.
So I have been cheated on and I have taken the person back. Mindset wise, we have a child together. We were building a future. And the way I look at cheating is, it's not as huge for me. It depends on the content of the cheating. If you're having an emotional relationship with the person, then, that's more hurtful than you just having a physical relationship where you guys don't have a connection. So I did take the person back. So yeah, that's my view. If you're emotionally connected, it's harder to break an emotional connection than it is a physical one, because it takes time to build up an emotional connection with someone. And you can meet somebody and in a week time you sleep together and you never see that person again. Not that that's safe, but it depends. So yeah, that's my view.
Okay. Do you think now, let's say, you're in a relationship where where there's not kids involved, you have a partner or a husband, you think it's something you may consider, just depends, same circumstances, just depends on the connection that they have?
Yeah, it's the same for me. It depends. I don't
Okay.
get jealous easily in a relationship, so yeah, it depends. Definitely depends on the situation.
Okay. Well, fair enough. All right. Well, thank you for that. All right. Next up, Miss Tiffany.
All right, so for me, I don't know if I've ever been cheated on. So I don't know if I don't think maybe I have.
Yeah,
but
man.
you know what, leave me alone. But yeah, I don't know if I've ever been cheated on, but I've definitely been hurt. So I know what it feels like to be hurt. And if I was in such a situation where somebody cheats on me, it would have to, like, I would have to look at different factors for me to take the person back. If it's something that can be forgiven, but I think that everything can be forgiven. But if it becomes habitual, I would not take the person back. But if you can work through it, if the person, for me, if a person cheats on me once and I'm able to forgive them, and if they do it like the second time, we have to go to therapy or something. We have to do something. We have to get other people involved in it. But no wonder you say like that. So, but so yeah, the person would have to be open to therapy and working on it, working on the relationship, working on communication, and anything else that was that caused the person to cheat, because people cheat for different reasons. We don't know why. So you have to have open communication. You have to understand where the person is coming from mentally. So for me, the person would just have to be very emotionally intelligent, very mature enough for me to take them back probably after the third time. So yeah. So it really depends, because you spend so much time, you invest so much time in a relationship, and so much emotion, so much time in it. So if it is really hard, and you have to be in the situation to know exactly what you have to do, but you still have to have a plan. If it happens, what will you do, and what kind of boundaries you will have. So yeah.
Okay. Well, that sounds good. You're very mature. Very mature for that, I must say, Tiffany. Okay. Next up, we have Driver. What's your take on this topic?
The question you guys asked was, have you ever been cheated on? And if you've been cheated on, would you take that person back? Everyone so far, prior to me, made some very good points. I share some of those things. I could understand some of those views. I think the first premise to understand is, on each side is what do you consider cheating to begin with? Because a lot of times conversations are had in which people say, oh, they don't cheat. And when you ask them what do they consider cheating, and they detail what it is they consider cheating, and you ask them, in that case, have you never done that act? And then they reflect and said, you know what, they have. And then you ask them, okay, so in that words, you have cheated on your partner, So you need to have that basis of what each other consider cheating before you could go ahead and answer that question. But in general aspect, I believe, most commonly we're talking about stepping out, right? Physically. Physically, I don't know. Well, I take that back. I believe so. once with someone, I was starting to have feelings for. Won't get too much into that situation, or how that started or developed. But I have. Would I take the person back? I think it depends on the maturity of the relationship, and under the premise of certain things happening, and as the style said earlier, when you enter a marriage, I believe, like in my case, I'm married, so you have a lot more things to consider. Entering a marriage, you enter a marriage for better or for worse, till death do us part. Certain things I don't take lightly. Um, I would rather not for have the situation to happen. As Tiffany said, there's a different reason for different things, or different acts. You may not know why the act was done or the person stepped out. Some people are just habitual. Some people are in for the thrill, and other times there are underlying reasons that, excuse me, you guys need to work on, as a couple, that, may cause stress, or, there are stress fractures within a relationship, in which at whatever time of weakness, certain things happen. And, there's a lot of things to consider. Would I take the person back? Again, depends on the maturity of the relationship and all that. But would you like to be forgiven? I think so. In regards to the person that cheated, I did not take that person back, but we are cool. Well, we lost contact over time, but we spoke about what happened, what caused it, and you know things along those lines. And we were able to move forward, just not as a couple.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for that, Driver. I guess I'm gonna go ahead and answer the question. Have I been cheated on? Of course. Like, I think, unfortunately, I can laugh about it now. I mean, I probably laugh about it while I'm in the situation because that's just me. But yeah, I've been cheated on. Have I taken them back? Well, as far as like boyfriends that have cheated, no. But I was in a marriage once, and he started off cheating off the back. uh, but as far as that, it was a little different because when I did find out, I was already expecting. So I won't really say that I took him back. It just really took me some time to like go through the whole motions and the process of and the whole pregnancy, because I had that, I had to try and be healthy, especially, mentally for that. So I had to go get through that. So with that being said, once I was able to deliver a healthy baby, I think my mind frame wasn't so much like, oh, I want to work things out. That's my husband. It was like, oh, let me hurry up and get myself together so I can get up out of here. So that's it for me. That's my take on that. As far as now, I mean, I would, if I am cheating out, I mean, I can say, no, I wouldn't take them back because that's my initial thought. Like, no, like for what? But, like Driver said, who's to know, what will happen and everyone else. So it just depends on, the circumstances and so on and so forth. Because like they say, most men cheat. It's just, it's just like a physical thing. They just see something and they want to, beat or whatever, and that's it. For women, when we cheat, is more emotional. We're more have like a emotional connection for most women. So I don't know. I would hope that I wouldn't be going through something like that at this stage of my life, but stuff happens. And that's my take on that. So next up we have Ja. How do you feel about that? Have you ever been cheated on and took the person back? Have you ever been cheated on, period? And have you ever been cheated on and took the person back? Or is that something you think you would do?
Yes, me get bun on my ass. Because me give bun, so me get back bun. And besides that, did have to take bun. At the same time, yes, me did take back the person for the reason. One, I'm a person and I think about it and I say, you know what? Look at the amount of things that me do in my life. Why is it that me can't take this back in myself? But in a one sense, my son was young, and I said to myself, all right, you have to work this out for the best, not just for myself, but for my son. So I accept it temporarily because I know eventually we don't move on. But at the same time, I try to work it out for my son to at least have him a certain, at least have him good for a certain period of time, and then you know eventually we're gonna move on. But no hard feelings, just try to work out things for the best for my son, and that was it.
So wait, why would you take them back knowing
If
that you're going to leave?
eventually you're going to leave.
Yeah,
Is
then
the
just don't take
intent-
them back.
Because
The
just like I
intent-
said,
You're coming like wonder.
it's just like I said, there's no, for me, emotional detached from this, so it's like, yo, you know what? This not really gonna know, you know, but this
initially
one.
leave. Why are you
No, you don't have to.
something
Why
that is
why
not
you going to tell me
work
to leave?
out?
Why you never tell me to leave at the time when you don't have?
Excuse me. What? I'm reaching at this.
No, emotionally detached. I know that that never gonna go no further, because not a sense where you know that, yeah, you know, you gotta take this thing serious. Other people get involved, and you know, say the best way for this happen is try for work it out for your best of your son.
Yeah, but that's not
That's
working
the
out.
only
though.
person I was thinking of. No, there was no working out to be done.
Exactly.
To
So
be
why
done
not
there.
just leave?
Why not just leave?
Why pretend and have an illusion of a family?
It wasn't a pretense, no, because they don't discuss that already. I know that, okay, you know what, this is how it's gonna work
It's
out for
not
now.
even about you and
Um,
her. It's about your son. So the pretense that you're
Yeah.
keeping up that okay, we're gonna have a family and eventually we're not going to be together.
No, it wasn't a pretense. It was discussed. Listen, you know
No,
what?
that's what I'm saying.
And you
Though. I
can
mean,
see that
I wasn't
you
in
can
your
see that
situation.
you could see that I was emotionally attached. You see, listen, I'm a Cancer. I'm very emotional, right? And once I'm detached, I'm detached. There's no way you're going to get me back there. So
Right.
simple, right? So I'm.
No,
Me
but
not-
I'm talking.
it's not-
I'm talking more of the like you could have saved your son a lot of emotional trauma by just
Right.
putting it right there instead of prolonging something that you know wouldn't
what
work
kind of
out.
trauma?
Your girl know that it wouldn't work out, but you guys are doing it for your child. Your child was young. There are certain things that yes, they will have questions about when they're older, but the emotional trauma that they experience when you guys break up is a lot worse than something that they've gotten used to. Mommy and daddy are not together. I'm used to seeing mommy and daddy not being together. It's harder than when mommy and daddy are together and then they split when I'm like 5-6 years old and I'm wondering why did daddy leave. That's like totally different, but your life
You know-
still dating.
But it's
Oh, you
true,
never
you
have a
should have just
problem when it
split
was
when he was
happening.
younger. Just split because more than likely he's not gonna remember.
It's not like I was, but that's the thing. It's not like I was trying to hide or trying to say, oh yeah, we're going to work out this and we're going to go to no.
Yeah, it was
just,
very
all right.
clear between two of y'all that
Yeah,
y'all
it was.
just
We're habitable.
try and raise
We
the
at
boy
least
and-
discuss this. We're just going to try to make things at least amicable and make things work out for the best of the child. So you don't need to see. You need to You don't need to be pretending really. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
once I'm emotionally detached, then that's it. There's no way you're going to get may come around like being pretend now. You just
Yeah.
if I'm emotional, you can see. I don't even need to tell you that. You know what, yo, you just need to know this is it.
So Tiffany, what are your thoughts about everything that was just said with as far as Ja and his situation?
Well, I don't think it was right for him to stay just because of the baby. Because as Kim said, you know what? Leave once it's early so that the child won't remember everything that goes on.
Right.
Because the older the child gets, the more they are able to understand certain things. They're more able to, understand hurt, resentment, and all of that. And then the child probably grow up resenting you as a parent, you as a father, or the mom as, just being resentful. So.
Gotcha. Okay. All
Nobody
right.
not
Okay.
really say do something
All right.
wrong.
And
You did what you did and it's already done. But
and it's
Who
not
got that
even
next
being
time for
it is
next
not
baby
even
and next
being wrong,
relationship?
but you see when you don't know you I want yes when you don't know something, like how you always process something, how you cope with something, because I guess that is their way of coping with anything, because you check out emotionally, but it has to take something else for you kind of move physically. So this is just his way of kind of suppress.
Well,
Hmm?
well, this is the thing. This is the thing too. We're both young. We're both living on our own, and certain situation wasn't to make things more
Right.
feasible. Would have been best to
So
just
you
at
see,
least
like it has
stay together.
Financial.
Um, habitable. At least have him together
Okay.
until he's old enough to
And
start going to
financially
school.
stable and
Start being more
mm.
independent. Um, things started out. So you say, okay, you can always. At that point now, when we split, my son stayed with me, and I was a single parent for a certain period of time, making sure he's in school, settled, and all of that. Those were the things that I had in my mind. I wasn't thinking about a relationship anymore. I was thinking about my
Right.
son. So he had nothing. I was emotionally detached from then. Even though me just have to accept that what you do comes back around. So me just accept that.
So
and
have
move
you
yeah,
on.
that is
asked
your
your
Simple.
son
What
how
does that
he
what
deals
does
You
that
how he
mean?
deals with
you
it?
give one and you get back
that
one.
is your
You
karma.
give one. If you give one, you must get
Have
back.
you
Get it
asked your
back.
son how he's dealt with
Simple.
the situation or how he
No, he was
feels?
too young for that, and then he was really young, and he's still okay. He's his mom, and he knows that we're not together.
But have you asked him?
Simple.
Right.
Yo, can I chime in? Can I chime in?
Have you had
Yeah,
that
brother.
Okay.
conversation?
Yeah, brother.
Okay.
You
Because
just speak past
Let,
the
let,
because
let me
point.
chime in.
why
I
Wait.
feel like one of the things that we have to look at now is we don't want to keep on having children and carrying on the same emotional trauma in our kids because it's convenient for us. You get what I'm saying?
yeah, you can say that one.
Mm-hmm.
No,
It
I'm
wasn't
saying like,
even
yeah,
it wasn't even to a
everybody has
point.
their own situation, but we have to
Yeah.
be mindful that either we're
But
gonna
like
have an
Kelly
open
said,
communication with our children about what's going on, not the whole detail, so that they can be emotionally prepared because
no, some
that's
things
how they grow up and
no
have angry young men.
no,
But
but that's the thing to Kimmy. That it's not always you want to have your child involved in that type of tug and war or even getting too emotional, especially if they're young, 2 year old or a year and a half. It's not
That's not
what are you gonna explain to them? You
yeah.
know. So the best way you can try to handle it is try to at least absorb some situation. For me personally, if the child wasn't involved, you're gone. Definitely, that's it. I mean, even
Yeah.
before that, other relationships, once you slip, you slide. There's no turning back for me. I mean, if me slip, let me slide. Simple. Me don't need no. You don't have to forgive me. If me slip, just can't let me go on. Me have to
But
accept that. I mean,
did
the
you want her
mistake.
to forgive you?
In one sense, in the other sense, listen. Before I get to there, it might be in the back of my head that maybe things could work out. But when you find out some things that when it's gonna affect probably your physical
Your
health,
mental health.
Mental.
Mm-hmm.
mental health, spiritual health. Yo, cut ties. You don't need to be in that. That's the thing that happened in a lot in Jamaican relationships. That's why you hear a lot of men killing women because they can't deal with things like that. So guess what? They just act out. One day they just get this crazy thing and they just act out on it, and that's it. So sometimes it's best to just at least cut emotionally and then physically you can
Yeah.
always try to move on until when things work out. But it doesn't make sense to try to work things out when you definitely know it's not going to work until you just have this snap reaction to something and then
Okay.
you hear
I
murder,
Okay.
right,
Got
Kimmy?
you.
Driver, do you want to say something?
Just poison him.
But
Driver,
Paula wanted to say something first. Sorry. Go ahead, Paula.
I think driver was saying something.
when it comes to forgiveness, it's two ways about this thing. If you decide to stay, you have to forget the past, drop everything, cut all ties from anything with the outer road, or and forgive and forget. When I say forget, I mean just let it go.
Yeah.
So if you know you cannot do that, then it don't make no sense. So in his case, I said they try, but you know deep down, him still never let it go. So that to end. As I say, they stay and forgive everything. If you know they still ever bring it up, then might as well you cut our ties. That's what this forgiveness is supposed to. If you say, well, all right, we're gonna work back on our thing and we're gonna forgive each other and whatever, then you forget past and just like nothing happened. But if you know you cannot do that, then cut all ties.
Yeah.
That's it. Two road. That's it.
I agree with what you said, Paula. Going back to Ja and his situation, I think we got off topic. We veered off track with the intricate details of the kids being involved and all that stuff. Um, I I believe more so with men, them finding out that their female stepped out, they tend to check out mentally, right? Um, just like in the case with Trini, in which she sought time to sort herself out, and sometimes men will just be there, knowing what's going on, and be quiet. And uh, no, not necessarily. Know what's going on, and they become so detached. They start doing what they're doing, whether they've already been doing it or they now start doing it, and just believe whatever happens with her just happens with her. But they continue their life. Go ahead.
Just one thing. I don't think that I feel like women are more likely to be detached mentally than a man. Reason being because a man, if their partner cheats on them, I feel like the man is more. I don't think they're going to be detached emotionally. They're going to be hurt emotionally and probably start becoming physical. But a woman, just like Trin, she became detached emotionally and just took the time to sort things through before she actually left. So I really don't say it
Okay.
does not happen, but I feel like it is more likely for females too.
Yes, I get the tendency of men to, maybe become more physical or feel like becoming physical because a lot of times men feel like, they have this alpha inside of them in which, sometimes that alpha is not tamed or can be tamed under certain circumstance. But some can manage it. Um, I know most of the experiences that we are speaking about happened at a younger age. For example, at a younger age, I viewed cheating as okay, yo, if she do that, yo, I just that, and I might hang around for a little bit, whatever the case may be. Maybe I wasn't taking those relationships as serious as I do nowadays, but okay, she step out or whatever the case may be, as they would say, she for the streets, you know. If somebody want to make a pass, they make a pass, and it is what it is, because in the moment I am not there like I once was, right? Um, it's different now when a female or your partner can come to you and say, yo, XYZ, this happened, and whatever the case may be. A person is more likely to work things out, or try to work things out, forgive, move on, and all that stuff, versus, them finding out, whether by accident, a baby's paternity test, something that's ongoing, you know. So it's I think a lot of things are situational.
Yeah.
I just think that's it. But men do check out. Men can check out mentally and just continue. I mean, some behavioral aspect would probably change. You might pick up certain hint or certain behavior towards you. May not necessarily be anything physical, but he may start treating you differently. You know, not maybe everything, but maybe some minute things that you may notice, and he may just be that checked out, but keeping you around as convenience.
Okay. Wow. Guess we're gonna end there. We're gonna end on that note there. Definitely want to thank everyone so much for joining in. Kim, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy night. We know you have a paper to finish. We appreciate it. Tiffany, thank you. Thank you so much. Ja, all the way from Jamaica. We appreciate you. Driver, Paula, Styles. All right, guys, want to thank you for listening on the Open Talk. Stay tuned. We're coming with brand new topics every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Just follow us on the Open Talk on YouTube. And we'd like to thank you guys. Don't forget to comment, leave a comment, share your opinions, your thoughts. We'd like to hear from you. If there's any topics you'd like us to discuss, feel free to put that in the comment section as well. And don't forget to share and like. You guys have a great night. And this is the Open Talk. Love you guys. Stay tuned.
Bye.